This is a video response as anti-hate to a video by YouTube user Piano Davy with the title Dubs Destiny Sweet Sex. And basically this YouTube user is placing Destiny in the same basket as, for example, Jehovah's Witnesses and other cults. He is referring to a cognitive dissonance as a manipulation technique. And this is exactly what I'd like to refer to, because yes, it is very interesting. However, if we look around and actually investigate how the world as we know it functions, we will find that this is exactly how, for instance, media functions, how societal education functions, how fashion functions, how all the trends and fashions that are presented to us, to this world, through those that have money to create fashion, to create trends, to, I don't know, create drugs, music, and all those cult big themes like hair and you know what I'm talking about, all those things that teenagers tend to want to have, want to be, want to become, desire, and feel literally unworthy if they don't have it. And the way that the media and the money makers, the money owners utilize to make people want and desire and need what is being created for us to remain enslaved to this current money system is something like cognitive dissonance. Now, Desteni is a group of people that have investigated the ways of this world and have asked themselves the question, why is it that people tend to follow things that come up in their mind, like impulses, like wants and needs and desires and fears that have not been self-created really, rather they've been kind of like adopted and taken on and imitated, or even simply just imposed onto us through this very system, beginning with the education that we receive. I mean, we are born into the system, and immediately this kind of actually miseducation, this conditioning, these impulses of what we're supposed to think, want, desire, fear, and how we're supposed to see the world begins at a very young, early stage, at a very young age. In fact, the first 7 years of a person's life is the time when the personality is formed and the basic patterns are formed through which one sees the world and through which one perceives and experiences oneself and one's reality. And I mean, this is the very brainwashing that Desteni is investigating and exposing, because this is the very way that we remain enslaved to this money system, to this world system of hierarchy, separation, and elitism, while half of the world is left to suffer and struggle for survival. And therefore it is simply an indication of no research having been done at all as to what destiny is about, what we stand for, what we are busy exposing, because otherwise we would not be placed into the same basket with Jehovah's Witnesses or any other cults, because in fact destiny is against any cultism, destiny is against any ism, against any schism, because we stand for equality and oneness of life. Equality and oneness of life is the realization that any and all separation that we have built and created and structured and placed value upon is fake value, and is something that we have created within our minds through tradition and through that which our forefathers have placed value on. Out of what? Out of fear of each other, out of the desire for power and domination. Is this really the world we want to live in? And is this really the evolution we want to move towards? Come on. So at Desteni we are busy looking at and investigating and applying practical ways of living equality and oneness, because what we share is nothing really new, but what is new is that we are placing these realization and these principles, these universal life principles, into the context of this reality, into the context of this world, and look at how are we able to actually live as life, actually live equality and oneness, not only within ourselves, but also equally with each other and within and as this world. Because obviously who we are and how we exist with each other creates this world. This world is the sum of who we are and the relationships we have with everything that is in our world. So each one of us is in fact creating this world as we know it, and we say that this world as we know it is not acceptable. We stand for a world with no gods, with no masters, with no slaves. That is a world of equality. That is a world where we self-realize life as who we all really are in essence. Now obviously to get there we require to unveil the deception that we have become, and let go of ideas of grandeur, let go of ideas of inferiority and superiority, let go of desires for power and domination, and realize that we can either all exist together as equals on this planet, or we can continue following the programmed path of self-destruction. Because if you look at it, it is evident, it is everywhere to be seen, humanity is programmed to self-destruct. And that is where humanity is going unless we stop. So no one's going to come and save us, and there is not going to be any miraculous revolution or any miraculous change unless we first realize how we got here, how we got to this insanity of humanity and a race, the human race, that is for nothing but delusional ideas of grandeur manifest as money. What is money? We have made money to what it is. It is what it is through our agreement, direct or indirect. It is insane, and we cannot continue like this. Now at Desteni we expose such unacceptable conditions. We expose this world and we expose ourselves, because this is how we have been existing, as each and every one has been existing as. And it is through self-insight and self-honesty that we've allowed ourselves to see this fuck up, and to see that it exists everywhere, and that it exists through us. And therefore, unless we stop, it's not gonna stop. So it's about stopping the evil habits that inhabit us as we inhabit this earth, and realizing that life is possible for all, and it is possible without fighting each other. It is possible without war. It is possible without polarity. It is actually possible that everyone has everything that is here. And that is our message. So, suggested to investigate what the message is, what we stand for, and how we have begun to share ourselves, change ourselves, and take responsibility for what is here as ourselves and as this world.